And one of the country's top perpetrators of all this mayhem is David Wilde. David, how did you first get the Punch and Judy bug?
I got the Punch and Judy bug when I was about 6. We were on a holiday in Somerset, and me and my mum and dad were walking along the beach prom, and we saw this like red and white striped tent on the beach, and there was all these children in front of it. And I asked my mum what it was, and she said she thought it was a Punch and Judy show, as she'd never seen one before. And I watched the first show, and after that, every day we were back on the beach.
Yo, where is he? Where?
It's hundreds of years old, isn't it? How far back does it go?
Well, we can date it back to 1662, and it was first seen in May of that year in Covent Garden. That's the first recorded piece of evidence we had, which was in Samuel Pepys's diary.
Oh, really? Mm. He went to see a Punch and Judy show?
He saw, it was a Punchinello, as it was known then.
Yeah. And you've also built up, over the years, this vast and fabulous collection of Punches and Judys. Who are some of the main characters you've got here? This is Mr. Punch.
These are
several Mr. Punches.
We have quite a few Mr. Punches here, and we have the Devil, the Judy, the Clown, policeman. There's many different ones and novelty items as well that you can bring and introduce into the show. The oldest ones are down here. We don't know exactly how old they are, but they are very old. They are quite big.
They're also a different colour to the rest, aren't they?
Well,
the much whiter faces.
They have probably been repainted many, many times, as the paint is now falling off them.
There are various tricks involved, aren't there? I mean, for a start, you have to manipulate the puppets, but there's also a trick with the voice, isn't there? The
trick with the voice is that instrument called the swazzle, which is placed at the back of your throat.
Have you got a swazzle?
I have a swazzle. Well, I can demonstrate you a swazzle, as there is a secret that we are not supposed to show people. The swazzle is a trade secret.
Well, I'll look away and you do something with the swazzle.
That's the way to do it.
There you are.
How big is it?
It's about that big, by that big. It's usually made of silver with Irish linen wrapped round it.
Right. Have you ever swallowed one?
I have swallowed 2.
What happened?
Well, I think they came out, but I shall never know.
I heard that.
The pride of my collection is this Mr. Punch here.
Why is he so special?
He was used in the 1962 film The Punch and Judy Man, and used by Tony Hancock.
So this Mr. Punch has actually had Tony Hancock's hand up his rear end?
It has, for quite a long time.
I can't see him anywhere.
Peter, you're David's grandfather. Now, you were responsible for tracking down this one, which is the Hancock Mr. Punch from the film The Punch and Judy Man.
Yes.
How did you go about tracking it down?
Well, really, it was after 10 years of trials, traumas and tribulations. And in the end, I eventually saw it on the TV. Yeah. Managed to find the person's telephone number and address, and eventually contacted them, and they were prepared to sell it.
Do I dare ask how much you paid, or is that as big a secret as the swazzle?
It would be in 4 figures.
4 figures, as much as that?
Open all the legs.
How many Punch and Judys have you got altogether? Well, all the different characters.
I think there's nearly about 200 here. There are a few more, but, you know, I do like to keep collecting them.
You're still collecting?
I'm still collecting, and I think I'll still go on collecting them.
You're never going to stop?
I'm never going to... It's an obsession. Once I see something, I've got to have it.
Yeah. So, Mr. Punch, in the light of recent government initiatives to put morality on the national curriculum, how do you see yourself as a role model for infant sensibilities?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that's the way to do it.